Hey guys, it's Shannon from ThatDIYCouple, and I am coming to you with my week 4 check-in on the raw vegan diet. Let's get into it. So I got back from Mexico and I had a little bit of a hard time transitioning back to a fully raw diet. I'm one of those people, maybe you guys are the same, who if I'm on the bandwagon with one way of eating or one habit or one routine, I'm like fully on the bandwagon. And then if I step off the bandwagon, it's really hard to get back on. So as I said in the last update, I added a couple of cooked foods back into my diet in order to slow some basically traveler's diarrhea that I was having in Mexico as a result of just not being adjusted to the microbes in the water there. And when I got back, it was really hard for me to transition back to like fully raw eating because I was just really craving cooked foods again in a way that I hadn't previously. So this week has been a little bit hit or miss in terms of eating fully raw. But what I did do is I really super focused on our diets, and I entered our food into Chronometer, and I entered, which is a website that you can use to track your nutrient content and things like that. I did a bunch of research on, what our ideal macronutrients should be and our micronutrients, and where we were deficient in terms of what we were eating. And I found that both John and I were deficient in vitamin D as a result of the fact that vitamin D is made from the sun. And blood work for John has confirmed the same. I don't remember what my blood work said about my vitamin D, but basically we're not getting enough vitamin D from our food. And so if we're not spending enough time out in the sun, which we don't in the winter, that's something that we're gonna start supplementing with. And I also got us a better B12 supplement. We have been supplementing, so John eats a vegetarian diet, so he gets some animal products in his diet, and I was on and off last year, so my supplementation was kind of spotty, to be frank, but I added a B12 supplement for both of us, and now we're really super religiously taking it, because in a lot of my research I found that some of the people who go wrong on both the vegan diet and the raw vegan diet are just not consistently supplementing with that. This is like a known thing. And then I started doing a micronutrient smoothie that's recommended by Dr. Rhonda Patrick, who's a YouTuber who I really enjoy her content. She's a researcher, and I think she puts out a lot of really great content. You can find her over on Found My Fitness. She's awesome. And so I started doing her micronutrient smoothie, which like really hits the ball out of the park in terms of micronutrient content of foods that we need on a daily basis. And to the extent that we're lazy and we're not making that in the mornings, I've added Dr. Furman's multivitamin, which is a really good multivitamin and that has most of the micronutrients that we need. And then I've tried to tweak our diets in terms of macros and in terms of the ratios of protein and carbohydrates and fats, and I'm still toying with that. So I'll be sharing more specific notes about exactly what I'm eating and what John's eating in the coming days and weeks. But basically John is eating a lot more because he's been trying to bulk and basically gain muscle, and I am I'm still trying to lose weight, but I've added a little bit more food to mine, which has resulted, because I think that I was basically like really under eating without really realizing it while I was eating just the tons and tons of salads. I feel like I probably wasn't getting enough protein and things like that. So this week I've actually put on a little bit of weight because I think my body is adjusting to the higher level of intake, but I'm not discouraged. I really think that if I'm gonna go forward with a vegan diet and raw vegan diet, I know I'm gonna go forward with a primarily whole food plant-based diet. And I think that if I go forward with a totally vegan diet and possibly a totally raw vegan diet, I just need to be really careful about making sure that I'm getting all my micros and macros. And this goes for people who are following a regular diet as well. Most of Americans are deficient in B12. Most Americans are deficient in vitamin D. This is not just a vegan, plant-based eating thing. So I'm going to be sharing more detailed insights as to exactly what we're eating and the tweaks that we're making. But one thing I'll say is that during this time that I've been eating mostly raw, I'm finding that I'm gravitating a lot towards like fats. So I'm gravitating a lot towards oils, I'm gravitating towards avocados, towards nuts and things like that. It's like my brain, in the absence of sugar, flour, meat, cheese, and cooked foods, is like trying really hard to get me to eat the highest calorie food. And as a result of that, I think that's, in addition to the eating more, I think that's why I've gained a little bit of weight in the last week. But I am holding true to it. I'm going to continue trying to refine it and see how we both continue to feel as we you know, continue eating this way. I'm going to show you guys a couple of clips now about some of the foods that we have been enjoying over the last week. And thank you so much for following along with this journey. Please stay tuned for more updates, and some of you have given me some really good recommendations for research to look into, and I'm gonna be doing that over the coming week, and we'll report back in my next update. Thanks everyone, and have a great day. Until next time, do well and always make things better. Bye guys. Here I've got some Swiss chard, some leeks, some tomatoes, apples, parsley, a lot of blueberries, some more tomatoes, carrots, celery, broccoli, 2 types of cabbage, and some pineapples over here. And all of this is going to be going into our bodies. We've got a multivitamin here, some D3, and some B12. So check out these salads that I'm making for John. So at the bottom we have onion, this is celery, this is edamame and tomato, carrot, this is a layer of leafy cabbage, red cabbage, this is nuts, and that is pumpkin seeds. And on top of that I'm going to push down a layer of kale. These are going to give him a lot of nutrition and micronutrients that he needs. Over here I am cooking some lentils for John. There's also leeks in there, as well as sweet potatoes. These are green French lentils. Alright, I've just woken John up here with this.
I literally woke up 30 seconds ago.
With this micronutrient smoothie that I've made. Let's see if he can tolerate it.
It's okay.
Really?
Yeah. It's a little thick. I actually like it.
You do?
Yeah. It'd be easier to not drink it in like that. Maybe like a straw, maybe like a big straw. You know, like a smooth, like a
Slurpee straw.
Yeah, like a Slurpee straw. I think that's it though.
You're not gonna have any more.
You don't give this me to drink the whole thing.
Yeah, you gotta drink the whole thing every morning now. This is your life now. I mean, I can tweak the recipe for you, but Dr. Rhonda Patrick says
it's not bad.
Do you want me to try to put more water in it?
Yeah, I think it just needs more. It needs to be not so thick.
Okay.
But it's not bad. I don't think I can drink this. It's gonna take me like an hour to drink this though.
Yeah. Big boy.
I mean, I've had way worse things. It's really thick. My God.
It's viscous.
Black.
It's black as
It
kale.
looks horrible. Like if you
It looks awful.
give someone this, you're like, here you go. You're like, what the hell? Is there like?
So there's kale, chard, carrots, tomato, banana, apple, berries, sprouts, celery. I think the recipe calls for an avocado, but I didn't put that in. I think it needs more berries to make it a little sweeter.
I think a little bit more berries and more water or whatever mixing agent to make it less viscous.
Okay.
Do I have to keep holding it? Can I put it down at some point?
All right, make your way through it. Tomorrow, make it.
Now?
Well, whenever you have time. Throughout the course of the morning.
I don't know how much time I have today.
You're gonna have to drink it this morning. What's your out of 10 rating?
I mean, the taste I would give maybe like a 4 or a 5. The enjoyability of consuming it is like a 3 or a 2. It's just really thick. It's okay.
Whatever you need to hit your micros.
Yeah. I feel like I might have a stroke though, you know, it's so thick. Like, I feel like if this whole thing was in my stomach, like that's all that could be in my stomach. There's like nothing more that could be in my stomach. Do you know what I mean? Are you sure I'm not supposed to have like a third of this?
That's half of it. I'm having the other half.
You're having half of what? What is it?
I got mine here.
Yeah, I know, but I mean, how much are you supposed to have per day or meal?
This is the recipe, but other recipes online said that her recipe yields like a lot.
This is a lot. I don't think I can physically drink all this.
Well, we'll see, I guess.
Here you go.
Don't give it to Hugo. Hugo doesn't need his micronutrients.
He doesn't need them. He needs them more than anybody.
Fuck.
There goes.
Ow. Damn it.
Did it even spill, or did it just kind of?
No, it's everywhere. It's everywhere.
I feel like it just kind of lays there.
It did end up in a standing position. Oh. Good morning.